YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here. We got Musillon and Bretonnia allied against the Wood Elves. Really? The Bretonians picked the vampires? The map is the King's Glade. Probably a new map. Brought in by the elves, I'm assuming. Should be fun. Appreciate viewers sending in these 2v2 battles. I barely have time to get in 1v1 battles, and I like doing those because it kind of teaches me more about the game, and I don't have time to play a lot of these. Let's see, looks like the Wood Elves over here. I see, looks like 4 treekin in total. Got a line of Eternal Guard with shields here, and it looks like probably the same across here, so I think all in total I'm seeing about 9. And then a crap load of Starfire Shafts. So I'm seeing 5 of those over there. Got a Shadow Branch Wraith, or a Branch Wraith, I think all they do is Shadow. Spellslinger with life. Glade Lord over here coming in with a nice long range attack. I like the Glade Lord, definitely cool. Got a Glade Lord on foot over here. That was pretty quick on foot. 51 speed, good grief. Gives the elves a lot of mobility for sure, the elves, and they need it. Make no doubt. Okay, so over here we have a few Deepwood scouts backed up by a Waystalker. Now remember, the Waystalker can fire while hidden. When he gets in range, he can just fire away. Wild Riders over here. What? What's this Paladin doing just back here camped out? He's going to get caught by the Wild Riders, but Pegasus Knight's on the way. I don't think this is going to go well for the Wild Riders. The looks like the Glade Lord on the Forest Dragons engaging King Luan Leon Kur, who's on his Pegasus here. It's within the range of the Bretonnian archers, though, so this is a bit hasty for the elves. But Leon Kur is taking a beating from that dragon. If he pulls back and maybe gets in range of these Starfire Shafts, the Starfire Shafts are just wrecking skeleton warriors right now. The vampire player needs to rush. Definitely don't want to get back and get shot by all this stuff. Look at that, Spellslinger with life, the Potion of Toughness. So the Forest Dragon quickly back up to full strength. Treekin pushing forward, being attacked by Knights of the Realm. I don't think Knights of the Realm are going to do much, and arrows don't do a ton versus the Treekin either because they have some, I want to say they have some missile and physical resistance potentially. Vampires really don't want to sit back and get shot here, I don't think. I mean, they may be trying to use the forest to their advantage. Yeah, look at that. Wild Riders got wrecked. Leon Kur is after the Waystalker now. But if these Deepwood scouts can push him away, that would be great. He's actually going to be pretty good at poking away at Leon Kur if he gets a shot in. Let's see if he takes a shot. He's got a 360-degree arc, and he can fire while hidden as well. He hasn't taken a single shot there, though. There he goes. Finally takes a shot. Is it at Leon Kur? It is. Hit him, too. And the Glade Lord's back up in the air, and the vampires over here getting singled out here by War Dancers. Lots of War Dancers, and the Starfire Shafts are just unloading into the midst of it. Skeleton Warriors. I believe you can unlock Musillon now if you beat the new Wood Elves campaign, the Season of Revelation or whatever it's. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but if you beat that campaign, I believe you can unlock them now. Let's check out these Treekin. Treekin are pretty tanky. I think they have some physical resistance, and they're kind of hard to take down. Magical damage would actually be best at helping take these guys down. I think they're a pretty tanky unit for monstrous infantry. They do a lot of damage. Definitely a unit to be aware of. Let's take a look at their stats here. They're immune to psychology, so that makes them tough. They got charge defense versus large. They cause fear, and they've got a 20% physical resistance. Yeah, they're weak to fire damage. Weak to fire damage. But yeah, magical attacks would help them get around that weakness. You see, the Treekin over here are going to do a lot of tanking. The Branch Wraith went right up into combat for some reason. And the Starfire Shaft just unloading into the back of this Graveguard. But Invocation and the Hack's going to help out. But I don't long-term see how this fights. I mean, the Branch Wraiths here probably ought to tank it out for the most part versus the Vampires. But there is a Blood Knight swinging around, so all these units now are in grave danger back here if the Blood Knight can get to him quick enough. And the Red Duke is up here too. I'd kind of like to get a window on the Red Duke. Here we go. So, El Sif. Wow, that's a lot of extra speed. Or that's a big speed dump on an enemy. Let's see, just take a look at some of these abilities. Raise the Dead, it's Macabre, Invocation, Heck, Hunger, Fear, Missile Resistance. So that's kind of interesting. So the Red Duke's down here in combat with the Glade Lord, and the Blood Knights got in here and did wreck some of the Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts, and now there's even more zombies that have been summoned up. But the Wild Riders are going to come in and clean up most of the zombies, and these Blood Knights are getting cleaned up as well. And Bretonnia just got absolutely smashed over here. The Treekin probably did extremely well. They did. And the Glade Dragon, or the Forest Dragon, is still very much alive. The Waystalker's alive. So Bretonnia is not going to be able to stay in this fight much longer. The Forest Dragon, definitely more powerful than a Paladin, especially without the healing potions. The Waystalker is a really cool unit too. That's sweet, the Spell Singer there with the War Dancers. She's a little bit covered in blood, but definitely still looking cool. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, the Deepwood Scouts cleaned up Bretonnia on this flank. Bretonnia had quite a few bows too. If they would have used their range to an advantage there, definitely could have helped them out, but they kind of went head-to-head with the Elves here and then paid big time for it. This Stearnsman just left back here in the woods the whole time too. The Eternal Guard over here is getting absolutely smashed by vampires. The yellow color scheme to the Musion, or however you say it, I think it's Musion. Wow. Yeah, these Eternal Guard, definitely very cool looking units, but they are not going to be liking life against the Grave Guard here. And the White King's still alive out here too. Looks like he's trying to take down the Branch Wraith once and for all. He might very well do it. The Glade Lord over here being hit by the Red Duke, who's trying to finish him off. The Treekin, though, still very much alive. Tons of kills over here in the Treekin. The Vampire's really going to have to find a way to deal with them. These Treekin finally pushed back by the Bretonnian bows. It's trying to run a little low on ammo for some of the units, and the Waystalker, look at that, 86 kills. That is not that bad. Depends on what all he's tried to kill, but it's not bad. That special missile ability there can be decent if it gets into blobs of infantry as well. 97 kills, yes, you can see that he's getting a lot of kills just off of that. Let's just see what else we got going on here. Wow, 216 kills on these Wild Riders. Wild Riders, whenever I first released, a lot of people were like, yeah, they suck. They really don't suck. I mean, they're not anti-large. They get a lot of kills in the right situations versus enemy infantry, and especially skirmishers and all other stuff, and they're really pretty quick and useful. And then along with a Spell Singer with Lure of Life, they can get a lot of work done. They can definitely get a lot of work done. If Lure of Life can resurrect them, then it would be crazy good. It looks like the Musion over here is going to get wrapped up. The Stearnsman coming into combat finally. Will they be able to finish off the Treekin? Good question. They're going to replenish, but their damage is just going to be very limited versus the Treekin, I believe. They're not an anti-armor unit, and the Treekin have decent armor and lots of hit points. Over here, though, the Elves kind of being pushed back. There's a couple of War Dancers with, there's some War Dancers with Azrai Spear and some Eternal Guard. Let's watch the War Dancers. They should be able to catch up to some of the Bretonnian bows if they're tired enough. But they kind of get sidetracked here on a spear unit that was in the way. Hope these Bretonnians are ready to see the show here. The War Dancers are going to be putting on quite the show for them. Though I'm not sure the Bretonnians will appreciate their dance moves. Treekin back in here as well. Yeah, Bretonnian's not going to like this one bit. So they are all going to take flight. The peasants have decided they don't want to stay and fight. This Stearnsman over here, slowly losing hit points, but power bar is still not bad. The Red Duke's back here alive, and there's several units of Grade Guard still alive for the Vampires, and the Wood Elves are going to be running low on ammo. They're wasting ammo right now trying to take down some Pegasus Knights. Oh, I wouldn't say wasting. I mean, it makes sense why they're shooting. But if they lose all their ammo, this could very well turn in favor of the vampires because they'll have to go into melee. And I don't see the Wood Elves winning in melee against several Graveguard units here. And there's a Blood Knight alive as well. So yeah, this is gonna get ugly, I think, here for the elves. And this Sternsman, like I said, is just holding out like a beast. The Treekin slowly getting pulled down, but very, very slowly. So this is definitely a slow grind out fight here between these two units that neither one is having a lot of success against the other. I would think the Treekin are able to get more damage done in this situation than the Sternsman, but the Sternsman's regeneration is going to be what kind of plays key for them. They still got a lot of hit points to replenish as well. So they're going to be in that fight for quite some time. Alright, the Vampire forces are attacking Wood Elves up here on the hill. The Blood Knights slamming into the Glade Guard. And they should break apart the Wood Elf forces up here. The Bretonnian bows, though, have regrouped and firing in. Ammo limited, but could do some damage here. Wild Riders here. Look at the kills. 236 kills. Still think these guys suck? Nah, they don't suck. Look at the Blood Knights trying to take out the Treekin, and that's a good target. Blood Knights have the anti-large there, and they are going to rout them. Still some Glade Guard around and a Spellsinger with Lore of Life, which is kind of being taken down too. But I mean, if you look at this, it's definitely starting to favor the elves, it says. I'm not really sure how, because there is really not much ammo left for them. Really the only punching power they have left is these Treekin, and they are relatively undamaged over here. It is possible. Let's see, where's the Red Duke? Is he still alive? If the Red Duke's still alive, then that's a big deal, but he may have been killed by the Blade Lord on the Forest Dragon, because I don't see him anywhere. So I think the Red Duke was driven off the battlefield, which means if he's gone, yeah, I don't see how the vampires win this. Ooh, look at that ranged attack there, down into the Grave Guard. Blade Lord here with 104 kills. Pesky peasant bowman just won't go away. The Waystalker's going to get hit, but the Waystalker doesn't have any ammo. Definitely should be killing the bows with the Blood Knights. Yeah, I mean, the Grave Guard here is slowly giving way to the Treekin. They're just dishing too much damage. So the Grave Guard cannot replenish it fast enough, even though they have enough replenishment possible. Yeah, look at this. All the bows back here just screaming to be killed by the Blood Knights, and it's not going to happen. Blood Knights probably hoping to bring down the Treekin and free up the Grave Guard. Yeah, I don't see it happening. I think the power bar is going to just get worse and worse. Yeah, the Blood Knights are now debilitated here. So missile resistance being pulled down on the Blood Knights by the special ability of the Glade Lord. And the vampire starting to crumble as the magic of the Necromancer falls apart. That's going to be the end of the vampires, folks. I don't think there's anything left for them. Maybe the Graveguard over here. Yeah, the Sternsmen are still trying to fight it out. They're not even crumbling, which is pretty impressive from the Sternsmen, because there's not much left in the battlefield. And this is going to be the last stand for the vampires. Yeah, that Forest Dragon must have gotten the Red Duke. And with the Red Duke off the battlefield, it's... yeah, not much chance. There goes the crumbling. So, the Sternsmen falling apart. And then they should completely disintegrate here soon. So, Wood Elves going to take this home. Do keep in mind as you're playing the Wood Elves, the Treekin are probably the tankiest unit the Wood Elves have, and they are pretty good at holding back infantry lines. Obviously, anti-large can work against them. Remember, they do have a bonus versus large if you're trying to charge cavalry at them, and they are braced. They do have a bonus versus large. Why did he just shoot the Bretonnian archer? Oh, they're on opposite teams. I was like, what? They're on opposite teams. That's why the Blood Knights weren't killing the archers. Holy crap, I got confused there for a minute. It just really hit me. Yeah, so the Bretonnian archers were on the same team as the Blood Knights. Good reason not to kill them. Good reason not to kill them. Really? I can't look at the other players? We used to be able to see what the other players did here. Hey, way to ruin the post-battle screen there, Creative Assembly. That's annoying. That's extremely annoying. What'd they do to the post-battle screen here that wrecked it? Alright, well, they're going to have to fix that. Hope you all enjoyed this one. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. Appreciate them submitting it. You guys always say that the people who submitted are the ones that always win. Well, it wasn't the case there. The people who submitted it did not win. They got beat. So, like I said, hope you all enjoyed that one. HeirofCarthage signing out. See you next time.